Hello and welcome back to the MLB DFS slate breakdown for Tuesday, April 8th. We got 10 games on the slate. We're going to be diving into it. I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann. Come join us at LineStar. It is only $39.99 per month. Gets you access to all we do, the props, the DFS. You get it all for one low price. We also do have a free 7-day trial through Android or iOS App Store. Try us out for free for 7 days. Now, let's dig into the slate. As always, we will go over a review of yesterday's slate, and then we will get into some pitchers to consider and some stacks. So let's dive in and get over to the perfect lineup from yesterday, which brought us Logan Webb and Hunter Greene on DraftKings as your two pitchers. Two medium-priced pitchers, two guys that went absolutely nuts. Crazy that Justin Steele is not here because he also had a huge game. Hitting-wise, we got a two-man Cubs stack, a two-man Padres stack. Now remember, we're not necessarily trying to get the perfect lineup every night. However, it would be great. But there's a huge gap between these perfect lineup scores to the winning scores. We just need to be in that gap, and that's why we do stacking so much, because it just helps us get up a little bit, get a little closer. And then the winning lineup, 181.25, quite lower than the 227.85 it took to get the perfect lineup. Went to Giant Squid. Congrats to you. You won. He had Steele. He had Hunter Greene. And then he had the classic 5-2-1 breakdown. Or sorry, 4-2-1-1. So a little bit different stack than what we're used to seeing. He saw a 4-man stack instead of a 5. But really, he easily could have had another guy stacked because Wagaman gave him a whole 0 there. But congrats to him. He got it done. Beauty of a lineup. The Cubs went nuts. The A's tried to bring some heat late against my Padres. And it was a good game. Fun one to watch. Now let's dig into the perfect lineup over on FanDuel. Hunter Greene took the show there, and then we had a two-man Baltimore, two-man Padres stack that got it done with the perfect lineup. And the winning lineup went to C. Blumenthal. I'm guessing that's how you say it, who won $25K. He had Justin Steele put up 55 at only 18% owned. I'm shocked to see Justin Steele at only 18% owned. I thought he would have been super high owned at 7,100. I guess people were just scared because he wasn't in great form coming into the game. But like I said, in his start prior, that strikeout stuff had come back, and it looked like he was turning the corner with good pitching weather. He definitely did. And then stack-wise, 4-man San Diego stack, 3-man Cubs with a one-off of Gunnar Henderson. Got it done. Congrats to him. You won. Now let's dig into the slate. Let's start off with some pitchers to consider here on DraftKings, and we will dive in. Highest owned, Cole Reagans, 8,100, 25% owned. We have him at 22.7, consensus 19.5. He definitely looks good versus these Twins, who have struggled a little bit offensively to start the season. And Reagans has looked good. I don't mind going here. He has the strikeout upside with a 29.8% K rate. StatCast data has been looking unbelievable. A lot of soft contact, very little hard contact. Only one barrel ball so far this season. And then you go into the splits of Minnesota, and it looks ugly. Over the last 20 games, only a 142 average. 75 WOBA, 27% K rate. Cole looks great. I don't mind going there. 28% combined K rate at 8.1 is a nice little spot. Next, we got Freddie Peralta. He is only 7.8K, but in Colorado. Now, so interesting seeing a Colorado pitcher possibly being higher owned. Now, I doubt he ends up this high because people are always scared about going against Colorado. I do have to bring up one thing, though. If you go into his player card, click the matchups, look what he's done at Colorado. 6 innings, 2 earned run, 10 Ks. Only 0.1 inning here, but 1 K. And then 5.2 innings, no earned run, 13 Ks. So he has had a couple starts in Colorado, and they have gone his way. He has been good in Colorado. So I don't think just because he's in Colorado, you have to fade him. You add that with the Colorado Rockies just looking anemic on offense, and it's an interesting spot. They are striking out at 28.5% over their last 20 games. The BVP data, 66 plate attempts. They're hitting 164 and striking out almost 41% versus Freddie Peralta. He is high owned. We have a 31% combined K rate for him at 7,800. This is the first time I've ever seen a pitcher in Colorado be high owned and me not necessarily want to just totally fade him because of it. He seems to be in a decent spot. He's been pitching well so far this season. I don't mind having a little Freddie P. Now, mind you, it can go wild. So having some leverage Colorado stacks may not be a terrible thing as well. All right, Zach Wheeler, 10.5K, 26% or 26-point projection. Consensus, 20.15, highest on the slate for the consensus, highest on the slate for us. And he's 20% owned. He's versus the Braves. Braves have not been good this season. Wheeler has been excellent. I don't mind going back to Wheeler in this spot. He also has a good history versus the Braves. 242 plate attempts versus them. That's like half a year of plate attempts. They're hitting 203. They're striking out at 31.8%. The ISO is low. I think you can go back to Wheeler here. He's lower owned. I like the spot for him. Luis Castillo, 8.5K, 20.98 point projection, 17 consensus, 19 or 20% owned. It's versus the Houston Astros, who have really struggled. I don't mind nibbling a little bit, but Castillo's K rate is just way lower than it used to be. 22.7 is a bit low. He can be efficient, can work into games, deeper into games. But Astros don't strike out a whole lot, so it does worry me a little bit to go here. However, I do got to bring up the fact that Castillo averaging 43.6% more fantasy points at home. He is a better starter at home than away, without a doubt. Don't mind a little bit of him, but of these higher owned guys, he's the one I like the least. Chris Sale, 9.3K, 19% owned. Sale has had about as tough of a start to the season as you possibly can. Padres, Dodgers, and now Philly. We got wind blowing out light. Temperatures are mild. It's a decent spot for Sale. He has huge strikeout stuff. While he has had some very good offense he's been going against, he still has 12 Ks in 10 innings. I don't mind having some Chris Sale in this spot. Versus the Phillies. He's done well versus them. 79 plate attempts, 219 average, and a 40% K rate. He definitely can have a big game versus them. I don't mind having a little bit of Sale. Now, let's get into some pivot action here. We got Pablo Lopez, 8K, 20.5 point projection, 15% owned versus the Royals. Royals haven't been great on offense. I think picking on them in this spot makes some sense. Pablo Lopez does have very, very quality stuff, and I think he can have a big game here. I don't mind a little bit of him. The worry for me, only a 20% combined K rate, but at 8K, knowing that he does have the strikeout upside he has and the BVP data showing 184 average and 100 plate attempts and a 30% K rate is very, very interesting to me. I like some Pablo Lopez. Think he's probably going a little under-owned. Shane Baz on DraftKings is interesting to me, and I say just DraftKings because FanDuel is like 1,000 more. Not the greatest matchup in the world, but he's been better at home, has some real quality strikeout stuff, and I'm kind of interested to see him in his second outing. He was very dominant in his first one. He's been a big-time pitching prospect. I am looking forward to watching this game, seeing how he pitches in this one. 25% K rate, combined K rate is interesting to me. And let's get on over to FanDuel. Real quick, high owned over on FanDuel, Reagan, Sale, and Wheeler. All three are interesting. Castillo, Peralta, and Pablo Lopez are the ones going under-owned over here for me that I have some interest in. Lastly, let's grab some stacks before we can wrap this up. Our highest projected stack, we got Milwaukee versus Colorado. Versus Kyle Freebaum, as I like to say. But Freeland's been very, very good so far to start the season. While his last 5 FIP number is 5.65, that doesn't tell the whole story of how good he has been. However, this one is in Colorado. Pitchers aren't as good in Colorado. We got a solid ceiling. Milwaukee can put it together. They can score via stealing bases, small ball. They have the long ball there. I'm interested in some Milwaukee for sure. However, they are going to go very high owned. Our highest owned stacks of the night is also Milwaukee. No surprise there. So, highest value stack for the night, we got Arizona, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay popping up. I want to talk about Arizona. This game in Arizona, super, super interesting to me, and I think it's going to go totally overlooked. We have a 9.5 game total. It is the same game total as Colorado. The temperatures are 90 degrees in Arizona today. A little lower when it comes down to game time here, but the roof is going to be open. The ball should travel a little bit better than it does when the roof is closed. And I think Arizona versus Charlie Morton is a super interesting spot to attack. I also don't mind Baltimore attacking Merrill Kelly there. So I like that. Cincinnati versus Layden Roop. Layden Roop has been a solid pitcher. He's probably not going to go deep into this game. So I see a path to getting to the Giants a little bit and going to some Cincinnati. Tampa Bay versus Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks is another one of those guys that can be very good at limiting runs or get absolutely blown up. Then we also have this hitter-friendly Tampa Bay ballpark where the wind is gently blowing out. It's 70 degrees, a beautiful day in Tampa Bay. I don't mind some Tampa Bay in this spot, especially lefties going to that short porch. Arizona we covered. Seattle's popping up a little bit. Not sure who the pitcher is going to be there yet. But, I never really mind a Seattle stack, at least smaller ones. Highest ceiling. We got the Cubs popping up versus our favorite punching bag in Patrick Corbin. Makes a ton of sense to always attack Patrick Corbin, so I'm fine with that. The issue, not great hitting weather, cool temps. The wind is across the diamond, so shouldn't really help the hitting much, but this offense has been very potent, so I don't mind attacking it. Leverage-wise, we got Philadelphia versus Chris Sale. Chris Sale has been good versus them, but this Philly offense can always hit the long ball. A's versus Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease is much better at home. He's better at Petco Park, and then this is a more hitter-friendly park than Oakland. The ball seems to be jumping off the bat. This Oakland offense has been producing a little bit. Don't mind having a little bit of them. And then Texas versus Tyone, I don't mind a little as well. Now, click the teams tab. 5.5 implied total for Baltimore. Like I said, I like that game. Merrill Kelly allowing a lot of hard contact, high average exit velocity. Don't mind getting there. Don't mind getting to Arizona on the other side of that, even though they only have a 4. I honestly think that is straight up wrong, though. There is no reason Arizona can't hit Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton has not been the Charlie Morton of old. 4.86 FIP over his last 20, 4.63 over his last 5, 52% hard contact rate so far this year with a 97 average exit velocity. So I think Arizona's in a great spot. Milwaukee 5.5. Padres 5 versus Jeffrey Springs. Now this is an interesting one. Springs is a solid pitcher, got lit up a little bit versus the Cubs last time out, but then the bullpen behind him is terrible. I think Padres are a little interesting. I don't like them as much as last night, but I'm a little interested. Tampa Bay versus Hendricks. I like it. Bullpen behind him is not great either. Cubs 4.8 versus Patrick Corbin. Corbin's our favorite punching bag. As long as we don't get a Cy Corbin night, they're going to put up some runs. Minnesota versus Reagans. That's a tough pill for me to swallow. Giants versus Nick Lodolo is another interesting one with a 4.5 implied run total. Lodolo can give it up a little bit. And then anything else down here, Arizona or Colorado are my favorites. Colorado, because it's in Colorado. Arizona versus Charlie Morton and Roof Open is interesting to me. And then possibly Seattle, but who knows what happens there. Pitcher-wise could change a lot, and this run total could change quite a bit with that as well. That'll do it for us today, guys. We'll be back with more tomorrow. I haven't checked the tomorrow slate, so I don't know if we have too much during the day or if we have enough at night for me to do a show. But hey, as long as there's 4 games, I'll be doing it. You guys have a good one. Be back later. Let's win some money. Talk to y'all later. Peace.